Hi, my name is Alex, and I would like to share with you English on the Street. Learn English expressions and words. And I'm the founder of Phrase It, the card game that helps you practice your phrases in English. And as your instructor, I just want to give you a little bit of my background. I've been teaching ESL for about 12 years. I lived in Taiwan. I'm married. I have 4 kids. My wife's due with our next child this summer. I love encouraging other people. I love creating and developing new things. And I have my Bachelor of Science in Contemporary Media and Journalism, a Master's in Leadership, a TEFL certification, and I've been accredited through the state of Colorado as an adult basic education instructor. So that's a little bit about me. And now for you to practice your English, I'm going to show you a sample of what I can do for you to help you go from the one step to the next step in understanding if you come to the United States, if you have lived in the United States, how do native English speakers talk and what are some common things we say? English is confusing. We say things like go over, go back, go through, go out, go down. And how do I know what to say and when to say it? Because in English, we mix our verbs with our prepositions to make one meaning. But sometimes these phrases have more than one definition. So are you confused as an English language learner or how English speakers talk in conversation? And like I said, we say things like hang out, go through, and pick up. What do they mean? How do we say them correctly? Well, here's a few I'm going to teach you in this lesson for free as a sample. Come up with, make up, and use up. So come up with means to create or invent an idea. Come up with means to create or invent an idea. Make up can also mean to create or invent, but make up also means to get something done that you didn't finish before. So if your teacher gives you homework, or and you were sick, or you were gone, and you missed some assignments in class, when you come back to class, your teacher will say, "Oh, can you please make up your homework? Or can you make up the reading? Or make up what you missed in class?" And that's how we use it in a verb. Not to be confused with make up, which is a noun, and that's the stuff you put on your face. Women usually use them, or some men. They use makeup on their faces and they wear that, like lipstick or shadow or base, things like that. The next one is use up. Use up means to completely empty something you're using. So let's say you're cooking and you make a cake, but you ran out of eggs or you ran out of sugar. Ran out of is another one, but use up. You might say, oh, we used up all the sugar, or we used up all the ingredients. Now we need to go and buy more. So those are 3 common phrasal verbs that we say in English. And in this class, I will teach you the meaning and use of common English verb phrases. These are called phrasal verbs, and that's my specialty in the English language field. And that's why I invented my card game, Phrase It, to help you practice at home or to have fun with that. So phrasal verbs are basically 2 or 3 word verbs. Here's one example. Figure out. The definition of figure out is to solve a problem. We need to figure out how to use the controls for the soundboard. I figured out how to get my visa approved. So figure out is like to solve a problem or find a solution to an answer. You might say, I figured out how to get my application to come to the US, or I figured out how to take my car to a mechanic in the United States. Something like this, figure out. In my class, in this course, English on the Street, it's going to come with different listening and repeating exercises. I'll be using 70 frequently used phrasal verbs with the definitions and uses. In this lesson, I just gave you 3, and I didn't go through them very extensively, but I will use them in more detail in the full lesson when you subscribe to the full lesson. I will also include dictation and audio exercises where you will have to listen and write a sentence, and then you will correct your answers. I will also provide links to more ESL resources for you and more English videos and some supplemental extra English videos to show you how native English speakers, in context, you can actually watch live how a native English speaker interacts in different situations with these phrases. and some new vocabulary. So let's practice one of those audio lessons right now. And this is just 3. In my main lesson, I'll be giving you 10 sentences. But as a sample, dictation means to listen and write. So please get out a pen or pencil, write 1, 2, and 3 on your paper or typing software. If, let's say, you have Microsoft Word, you can get that out and type that on a laptop. But most people use a pen or pencil. And you can take out a notebook now and get a piece of paper ready. Write 1, 2, and 3. Are you ready? Okay. I will say number 1, and I will repeat each sentence 3 times. So number 1, listen and write. Did you come up with an idea for the project? Did you come up with an idea for the project? Did you come up with an idea for the project? Number 2, I made up my homework because I was gone. I made up my homework because I was gone. I made up my homework because I was gone. Number 3, she figured out how to cook a new meal. She figured out how to cook a new meal. She figured out how to cook a new meal. Okay. I will repeat number 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, did you come up with an idea for the project? Number 2, I made up my homework because I was absent, or because I was gone. Sorry. Number 2, I made up my homework because I was gone. And number 3, she figured out how to cook a new meal. Let's find your answers now. How did you do? Check your work. So you can use this screen and look at it to see if you made any mistakes. Feel free to pause this video at any time so you can watch this and correct it on your own time. I'm going to move on to the next slide. So, Phrase It is a game I invented to help you practice phrasal verbs. And so if you want to get my game, you can do that. And my mission statement as an instructor is to accelerate English language learning around the world through fun and innovation to help improve your life as well as the lives of others in academics, or just to understand how do we talk in English and how to practice that. And this is from one teacher who is a colleague of mine. She taught in her English class with my phrasal verb cards, and the students loved it. And in this online ESL course I'm going to teach you, you will learn how many of these phrases I created in my card deck will be used, defined, and practiced by native English speakers and how we talk. So how do you play this Phrase It game? We'll go ahead and watch this video here. You can see here. It's on YouTube. It's called How to Play Phrase It English Language Games Activity. So if you go to YouTube, you can type in How to Play Phrase It, and you will be able to find this game. And so you can see here in the video, you play it this way. You deal 5 cards to each player. And then you don't look at the cards, though, if you play this game. And then you choose one person, usually the person left of the dealer, to flip over or turn a card over in their deck. And then they say that word, a thing or situation related to the word. So throw away, might be wait on my friend. And the first person who says something like my friend or speaks correctly, they win that card. So wait on the bus, or maybe this card. And you keep playing until all 5 cards are gone in each person's hand. So each person goes. So think over the problem. So that person who said the problem will win the card. And so you can see that on YouTube and hear these guys in action play. So take down the enemy. You'll see that. And you'll hear in the video these guys playing that. So that's how you play Phrase It, the card game. And if you're interested in getting this lesson, I highly recommend that you do, and I encourage you to do that. You can get Phrase It. Also, my card game, you can get Phrase It on Amazon.com. Just type in Phrase It game or Google Phrase It game, and you can get my game to practice these phrases, these native English speaker phrases at home. If you want to get into this class, please click the link below this video, and you can subscribe to this class and enroll in it. And I'll have